Bethlehem Evening News. Martha Habib reporting. At the top of the news tonight, we have the decree by Caesar Augustus. This decree requires that each man of the world go to the city of his father so he can be registered for the tax. The results have been massive crowds, huge traffic jams, overbooked inns, and frequent civil disputes. We take you now live to the road from Jerusalem with Ezra Ben Ezra reporting. Ezra?
I wouldn't mind telling you about that, do you? Would you bring it with you?
Thank you, Martha. This is Ezra Ben Ezra reporting live at the main entrance of Bethlehem from Jerusalem. The crowds are incredible. From all I can see here are people, carts, and animals. About an hour ago, a few miles out of town, there was a terrible accident. It was a 7-camel pileup. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but there were camel humps all over the place. I'm going to try to talk to one of the travelers and see what she thinks about this mess. Excuse me, I'm Ezra Ben Ezra from Bethlehem Evening News. May I have a word with you?
Sure.
What's your name?
Sarah?
And where are you from, Sarah?
I'm from Jericho.
What are you doing here?
Well, we came to pay the tax.
Oh, okay. How long have you been here?
We just got here today and we're not going to even stay overnight. This place is crazy. There aren't enough rooms. There's not enough places to eat. There's no ox carts to rent. I tell you, it's crazy. People are camping in the streets. We're going to go home tonight.
Well, thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Have a safe trip. Well, there you have it. The registration of Caesar's tax is causing major problems in Bethlehem. We understand that similar disasters exist in other cities. This is Ezra Ben Ezra live on the Jerusalem Road. Back to you, Martha.
The tremendous overcrowding of the city is causing other problems. Robberies and homicides are being reported all over the city. Hospital emergency rooms and jails are overflowing. A missing child center has been set up at the corner of Juniper and Palm Streets. If you've lost a child, please go to that location for help. We go now to Ezra Ben Ezra and the story of at least one woman who is delighted with these crowds.
Hello again, this is Ezra Ben Ezra at the shop of Ruth the Roadmaker. Ruth, what do you think about the tax registration?
It's great. Caesar is smart to make everyone register. It's not bad for the business either.
Your store does look pretty busy.
It sure is. I've never seen so many people and so much money. In the last week, I've had to reorder for my clothing suppliers and double my sewing staff. I'm going to make a ton of money.
Thank you, Ruth. Well, there you have another view of this historic event. It looks like this tax registration is going to be a real boost for the city's economy. Back to you, Martha.
Thank you, Ezra. Now for the weather. The weather pattern will continue as it has for the past several days, with cool days and cold nights. The low tonight will be about 38 degrees. The sky will be clear with no sign of rain. The high tomorrow will approach 65. The forecast for the rest of the week is more of the same with a slight chance of snow in the higher elevations by the weekend. The cold temperatures are making the overcrowding in the city even more of a hardship for the people. Ezra Ben Ezra is on the scene now with another viewpoint of the crowd in Bethlehem.
This is Ezra Ben Ezra in downtown Bethlehem. I have with me one of the many people who has encountered problems because of the crowded conditions. Could I have your name, please?
Yes, my name is Darius, and I'm a merchant, and I've come here from Jerusalem, and they told me at this inn that my confirmed reservation is no good. Can you believe that? Me, of my stature, they tell me my reservation is no good. I put it on Camel Express, never travel without it, and I get here and they tell me that they don't have a space for me and my family. Can you imagine that?
No, I can't. Did anybody else try to book you at another inn?
No, apparently the only thing that's available is some stable out behind here. Who would think that I should sleep with the smelly pigs and chickens and cows out there in some rickety barn? I can't believe it. I'll tell you one thing, I'm never coming back here to bring this person my business anymore. He'll never have the honor of my presence again.
Thank you, Mr. Darius, for your comments. As you can see, the situation here in Bethlehem is causing hardships for many people. This is Ezra Ben Ezra from the Ramble Inn, downtown Bethlehem. Back to you, Martha.
Thank you, Ezra. Our next story is about Ladies and gentlemen, there's a late-breaking story in one of the poorest sections of the city. Ezra Ben Ezra is on the scene with 3 shepherds who have an amazing story to tell.
This is Ezra Ben Ezra in the Lower East Side of town. An amazing story is being told by the 3 shepherds here with me. Their names are Uriah, Joshua, and Benjamin. Uriah, tell us your incredible story.
Well, me and Josh and Ben were just standing out there on the side of the hill minding our sheep like usual, you know, and all of a sudden the sky just lit up like daylight.
Yeah, only brighter.
Well, yeah, only brighter. And then we were just standing there, and all of a sudden this guy in white flowing robes, he just appeared out of nowhere. You wouldn't believe it. Right, guys?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, right like that. Just the way it happened. And we were all plenty scared. We were just about to start running, sheep or no sheep, running. When this guy in the robe said that we shouldn't be afraid.
Yeah, but that didn't help very much because I was afraid anyway. I mean, who wouldn't be afraid when you've seen something like that? Right, guys?
Right.
So was I. Anyway, that guy in white, I guess he was an angel or something. He said that he had some good news for us. He said that the Messiah was born today, right here in our town.
Yeah. And he said to go and look and see for ourselves. He said you wouldn't believe it. He said that the baby would be lying in a manger and he'd be wrapped in swaddling clothes.
A manger? What's so special about a manger? Anyway, that's a food trough. Why would a baby be lying in a food trough? And a baby wrapped in swaddling clothes, I mean, that's nothing big either. I mean, all babies are wrapped in swaddling clothes right after they're born, especially on a night as cold as this.
Well, we didn't really think about it much at the time. I mean, it just didn't make much sense to us. But anyway, what happened next was really what got us. I mean, you just wouldn't believe what happened next.
Well, what happened next?
The angel told us about the swaddling clothes in the manger. The whole sky was filled with angels, and they were glorifying God and singing about peace on earth and such. It was something to see.
Okay, let me get this straight. You guys are out in the field with your sheep, and all of a sudden this angel appears up in the sky. And he tells you to not be afraid, and that the Messiah that was foretold in the scriptures, was born in this town in a food trough.
Yep, that's exactly the way it happened. You should have seen it.
And you believe that this really happened?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
You were there.
Oh, boy. Joshua, you've been real quiet. Tell us a little bit what you think about this story.
Well, I know it might be hard to believe, especially if you weren't there. It's one of those things that if you weren't there, you wouldn't believe it. But I know how I felt when I saw that little baby. I know that I know the way I felt after I saw that baby, and I know the way I feel now.
You mean you really saw the baby?
Yeah, we saw the baby.
It was right
Well,
there in the manger.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a real big town. How could you find that one baby out of these thousands of people?
Well, it seemed like we just kind of took the right roads when we walked along. We just took the right turns, and all of a sudden we ended up, and there he is, right back there.
You mean that the baby is right back behind this wall?
Right
Right
back
over
there in
there.
the stable.
In that
Behind
stable.
the
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a first. Right now, you can see on your Bethlehem Evening News the Messiah in his castle. Okay, let's take the camera out back, all right? All right, let's go. What? What'd you say? The camera isn't working? Oh, this is terrific. This is just terrific. Something's wrong with the camera. That's just great. 1 minute from uncovering this hoax and the camera goes dead. Wait, do we still have audio? We do? Okay, I'll keep talking. You keep working on the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you can still hear my voice. We are walking around in the inn here to what looks like a small shack. Very run down, sort of leaning against a big rock. I'll see if anyone is inside. Hello? Anyone in the stable? This is Ezra Ben Ezra of the Bethlehem Evening News. Can I talk with you?
Whoever you are, please go away. We are very tired. We don't want to talk to anyone else. Please go away.
Sir, if we could just please speak to you for just a moment. 3 men are with me who claims to have seen a baby here tonight who is the Messiah.
Joseph,
It's all right. Jesus is awake now. I feel better. Please let them in.
If you feel up to it, Mary. My name is Joseph, and this is my wife, Mary. Our son Jesus is next to her. He has been asleep. They are both very tired.
Thank you for letting us in. I would just like to ask you a few questions and see this fantastic baby.
Of course.
Oh, the inside of the stable is terrible. It smells like goats and chickens. The floor is dirt with straw all over it. The wind is whistling through the cracks in the walls. The perfect place for a king to be born.
Camera's working.
What? The camera's working? Great, get the mother and the baby. Joseph, why in the world didn't you get a room in the inn for your mother and wife?
I tried, but the inn was full. I guess the innkeeper felt sorry for us because he offered this stable for the night. It is certainly not what I would like to provide for my son and wife, but what else could I do?
May I ask you a few questions, Mary?
Of course.
These men here with me have a fantastic story about angels and visions, and they claim that this baby is the Messiah. Do you believe that he is the Messiah?
Those who will believe. God will make known what he will make known.
What do you mean by that? Is this baby the Messiah or isn't he?
Thank you for coming to see Jesus.
Oh, well, obviously this interview is over. Well, there you have it, folks. An amazing story from three boys from the country, an apparently very ordinary man and woman who have had the misfortune to have their son in the stable, and the fantastic claim that their baby is the Messiah of the world as foretold in the scriptures. A more far-fetched story this reporter has never covered. But one thing is for sure. As Joshua said, there is something special about that child. I felt it. Something has happened here tonight that I can't explain. And if there is anything to the shepherd's tale, you have witnessed the most important night in the history of the world. And don't forget, you saw it on the Bethlehem Evening News. This is your Live Eye reporter, Ezra Ben Ezra, saying good night.
That's quite a story, Ezra. That's it for tonight's report. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow with some more late-breaking stories. For all of us here at Bethlehem Evening News, this is Martha Habib saying good night and may peace be with you.
Literally, if I do something you have told, if I choose to regard